everyone, and welcome to a vlog thing that we haven't done in a very long time.
Nope, these are what we look like.
So it is 1 week before Star Wars Celebration, so we thought it'd be a pretty fun thing to do. Our Star Wars Celebration shirts that we recently just got in the mail, and we thought we would do a fun Q&A video because I didn't want to make any theory videos right before Celebration in case they debunk it.
Which, of
right
course,
away.
they will.
Of course, they will. So I don't want to do anything before Celebration happens, but we asked you to ask us some fun questions on Twitter and Facebook, and we thought we'd answer them. Rich T asks, Obi-Wan died as an old man. When he came back as a ghost, he came back as an old man. When Anakin Skywalker, aka Darth Vader, died in the arms of his son, he died a middle-aged man, but came back as a young ghost. Hold on, I need to be a nerd, I forgot my glasses.
Where? I put my glasses somewhere too.
Well, as you see, this is a much debated thing in Star Wars, and I think it is absolutely ludicrous that people debate this because it's the only option that makes sense.
Yep.
1. Anakin Skywalker would have never looked like the strange middle-aged man that was once in Star Wars.
Nope.
And 2, it only makes sense that Anakin Skywalker returned to the Force as a Jedi, as what he was in his pure Jedi form.
The last time he was in touch with the light side, because those are the only people who can become Force ghosts.
The Sith can't become Force ghosts, that's why they cling to life so hard.
That's why it's ironic, because they want to live forever, but they can't.
Kevin B asks, what do you guys think about the whole Jar Jar is a Sith Lord, not Snoke? Is a Sith
I think it's fun.
Oh, I love it.
I think that would make Jar Jar way more tolerable.
Oh yeah, I don't believe it as a theory, but it's a really fun headcanon that I personally accept.
But I love it.
Mike S. asks, if you could be any species from Star Wars other than human, what would you be? Ooh, I think a Pantoran.
I'm so basic and I'm like, ugh, I'd either be a Togruta or a Twi'lek.
The Togruta are really pretty.
I'd be a Togruta just because the males, I wouldn't have to see the ugly Twi'lek males.
No.
Those are hideous.
I would say Togruta or a Pantoran.
Pantorans are what Chuchi is, right?
Yeah.
Chuchi's so cute!
They're so pretty.
Cold planet.
It is a cold planet.
Very cold, Togruta.
Gerben B asks, do you think that there would be Grey Jedi or should they be Grey Jedi in the live-action movies? 100%.
There should be, but there's definitely
Well, technically, we already have Qui-Gon Jinn, which is sort of already classified as a Grey Jedi. I think Ahsoka is also classified as one, and Rey and Kylo should both be them.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, that's why it's called The Last Jedi, right? Because there's gonna be no other, like, true Jedi moving
also,
forward.
I'm going to be, hold on! I'm going to read to you an excerpt from The Force Awakens novelization by Alan Dean Foster.
How many pages do you have to flip?
Shut the
up. Okay.
First comes the day, then comes the night. After the darkness shines through the light, the difference they say is only made right by the resolving of gray through refined Jedi sight.
But are they saying that there should be balance?
Yes. Dimitri A asks, if you could live on any of the planets, which one would you choose and why?
Alderaan was pretty and it was like an art planet.
I would probably say Naboo. Naboo is like a big enough city, but it also has really pretty nature. You do have to deal with the Gungans.
But you only have to deal with the Gungans if you go underwater, which I ain't going anywhere near.
So there you go. Coruscant's too hustle bustle. Like there's too much city going
And like
on.
Mandalore would have been great too if it weren't for the fact that
well, clearly I'm from Mandalore.
You are.
Like clearly I'm Mandalorian.
You are.
But I'd probably choose live in Naboo. Or could I choose Biren because that's technically the planet that Kylo's in line to rule.
Oh, well, you
or
could.
Ben.
Could pick that.
If he becomes a good guy again.
But do you even know what the planet looks like?
No, I don't.
You're
I think
like,
it's
I just
pretty
want
nice.
him to be the prince.
It's a planet that like Alderaan colonized, so I
Okay.
assumed it would be pretty like Alderaan inspired. Dimitri A also asks, if Django and Boba Fett had a fight with each other, who would win? This is difficult. I was thinking about this one earlier because I thought Django because he's
the original.
He's the original, and I feel like his mind's a little bit more independent. But at the same time, is he more set in his ways? And so would Boba win. I might say Django just because I don't like Boba Fett more.
At least it took a Jedi Master to take out Django. Boba died
Falling off
a
thing into a plant. Alright, I'll say Django.
I say Django.
Minsuk C asks, do you need to be a Jedi to activate a lightsaber, or can anyone do it? But you do not need to be a Jedi to activate a lightsaber. We have hot characters like Han Solo and Finn, who both activate a lightsaber. And actually,
also, in the comic books, there's also a stormtrooper that has a lightsaber right now.
Very true, and we also have Rey, who's not technically a Jedi yet, who could easily activate it.
Yes.
We need to be sure not to get the term Force sensitive and Jedi confused. They're not the same thing.
Yes.
So, thank you. Most obnoxious video ever. Brian F. asks, if the Jedi aren't supposed to fall in love, how do they make more Jedi?
Well, again, you don't have to be a Jedi to have Jedi children.
Force sensitivity is not a genetic trait. It's actually quite random. Even though they tried to make it scientific with the use of midichlorians. This is my George Lucas voice, and I think I'm nailing it.
You've got it. If you've ever watched an episode of Clone Wars, if you haven't, it's on Netflix, you know that they just kind of like fly around finding kids that are like, oh, you're Force sensitive, come with us, little bean.
You don't need to have parent Jedis to have Jedi kids.
And also, there are just certain, like, races that are more prone to being Jedi.
Yes.
But, like, Wookiees are it's very uncommon for them to be Jedi. But it happens, and it's in Clone Wars.
Scott W. asks, did you ever hear the tragedy of Darth Plagueis the Wise?
No, I don't think I've ever heard of him. What do you mean? I've only heard of Darth Vader.
Dimitri A. asks, favorite scene in any Star Wars films? He's asking good questions. I like this.
You are my brother, Anakin!
I love you! And actually, my favorite scene in probably all of Star Wars is probably the very, very end of Return of the Jedi, where Anakin's Force Ghost comes up. So we've come full circle, because I am very defensive of young Anakin being there, and I think that's the moment where I go, wow.
I think it's super poetic that my favorite part is like Anakin dying and yours is Anakin coming back.
Never coming back to the Force. Michael R. asks, what color is your lightsaber? Yellow. Just yellow.
I would want mine to be purple, but I feel like it would be green. Actually, I would want mine to be pink. I would want mine to be pink, but I'm really not dark side at all. So, I feel like it would be green.
The glasses are coming back out for this one, and I'm so excited. Giuseppe F. asks, was Anakin Skywalker the chosen one? Woo! Yes, Anakin Skywalker was always intended to be the chosen one,
Absolutely.
as proven in the Mortis arc of Clone Wars, in which you see the humanization forms of the Force telling Anakin he is indeed the chosen one, and will become the chosen one by killing the light side and the dark. That he'll still bring balance, just not the way everybody thought they would.
It's very literal, and if you haven't watched Clone Wars again, maybe you should watch it. Very, very literal, and also it further symbolizes that, you know, sometimes you read into things differently. Well,
from a certain point of view.
You thought he would bring balance to the Force by killing the Sith, but that wouldn't have been balanced at all.
Because the Jedi were also not balanced, they were also corrupted.
To have one, you have to have the other. With light, there is always darkness.
So yes, Anakin Skywalker, to this day, remains the chosen one. He fulfilled his task.
Yes.
Matthew C. asks, do we really need a Yoda film?
I mean, do we need one? No, but I would like one.
I would like a Yoda and young Dooku movie, but we talk about that in our podcast coming later this week.
I feel like a Yoda movie has more importance than a Han Solo movie, personally.
I feel like there's more flexibility in the story you can tell with going back in time. And
absolutely.
Because we don't know that much about Dooku when he was younger.
And we don't know anything about Yoda when he was younger.
So, I think that'd be a cool movie. Chris W. asks, will Rey fall to the dark side? I don't think she'll stay there, but I definitely think it'll be a
struggle.
A struggle.
Should be.
I mean, I think it would be cool. I don't see them taking this direction if Kylo and Rey switch positions, but they all end up at the light in the end. May the Force be with me asks, who are your favorite droids and why?
I love 3PO.
I love 3PO.
My top three are 3PO, K2, and BB-8.
I love HK-47.
Who's the little Roger droid in the book?
Oh, Bones! Bones! Mr. Bones! He's so on my list.
Bones
I love him.
Super cute. And I
Mr.
only
Bones
like
is 100% on my list from the Aftermath books. He's hysterical. Okay, he's definitely on that list. Xander S. asks, what are your favorite Clone Wars arcs?
Oh, the
Mortis arc for me. Mortis arc, best arc for me. Because I feel like it's such a big proving point for Anakin as the chosen one, and just what Star Wars is about as a whole.
It's very pretty.
Yep.
The Mandalore arc.
Oh, yeah, that one's a great one too.
Obi-Wan Satine arc, and then the Ahsoka leaving arc.
And actually, the
Echo and Fives?
The final clone arc where they find out about the chip
Yeah.
is another one of my favorite. Nathaniel B asks, which characters throughout the entire Star Wars universe would you like to see shipped?
So we have to pick one?
I'm not biased or anything. Just not at all. Nope.
Kanan and Hera.
Oh yeah.
I want them to kiss so bad.
Hello.
He's got cold feet. Are they laughing?
Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching our Star Wars Q&A. We will be at Star Wars Celebration next week, so we may not have any videos for you.
Yeah.
But we'll be very excited to report back to you with all the fun Star Wars things we get and learn from our next week.
Yes.
Anyway, thanks for watching. Bye. May the Force be with you.